Hello friends. Well, rain has had the final say in this third test match of the Border-Gavaskar Trophy 2024-25 in Brisbane. The match ended in a draw with the teams 1-all going into the fourth test, that is in Melbourne from December 26. India, who were 252 for 9 overnight, added 8 runs to the total before Akashdeep, who was instrumental in helping India avoid the follow-on mark yesterday. He was out-stumped off the bowling of Travis Head as India added 8 runs to their overnight total and were all out for 260. With 185 runs behind Australia's first innings total, Australia had to go for the leather and score quick runs in order to try and make a result out of this. They did so, and their batsmen, in the process of going for quick runs, some of them got out. 89 for 7 before the declaration came after Australia played 18 overs. Jasprit Bumrah 3 wickets to take his match figures to 9 for 94, and he is still searching for his 10 wicket match figures. In his career so far, he has not taken a single 10 wicket match figures, which is quite surprising. But then Jasprit Bumrah has been a one-man bowling attack that India has as far as this series is concerned. He has taken his tally of wickets in this series to 21. He was well supported by Akashdeep and Mohammad Siraj, who took 2 wickets each. And India, after the declaration, they were set a target of 275 runs in a minimum of 54 overs. But then it was predicted, the rain was forecast, and like the forecast, it came true that play was abandoned well before the scheduled close, because only 2.1 overs were possible before bad light, and then eventually rain forced the teams to shake hands. So it was a well earned draw. Nothing could be done about the weather, and India come out unscathed in this Brisbane Test match, which was majorly dominated by Australia following their 445 runs in the first innings with Travis Head, who was eventually named man of the match for the second consecutive Test match for his brilliant 100. Steve Smith came back to form, scoring a long overdue Test match century, whereas India have been heavily dependent, as they have been, on Jasprit Bumrah to pick up the wickets. There have been jokes going around that this Border-Gavaskar Trophy, if it is actually Australia versus India or Australia versus Jasprit Bumrah, and the way it is going, it is looking like it is Australia versus Jasprit Bumrah. Though there was some encouraging signs of Akashdeep getting into wickets and Mohammad Siraj bowling his heart out. At the end of the test match, news came in about the retirement of Ravichandran Ashwin, the great off-spinner from Tamil Nadu, who has in excess of 500 wickets and who has been a match winner, especially in Indian conditions, taking more than 300 wickets on Indian soil. It did come as a surprise that Ravichandran Ashwin decided to retire in the middle of a test series with 2 more test matches in Melbourne and Sydney coming up. But then Ravichandran Ashwin, who played only in the pink ball test match in Adelaide, he was not in the playing 11 for the first test match in Perth, nor was he in the playing 11 in this just concluded Brisbane Test match. Did it come as a surprise for you all viewers about Ravichandran Ashwin quitting, calling it quits from international cricket in the middle of a series. Well, it was due to come, but nobody thought it was coming except the players and the close friends within the team. We saw Captain Rohit Sharma say that he had a hint when he reached Perth, where he did not take part because of parental leave, and he said in the post-match press conference that he convinced Ashwin to play in the pink ball test match. But then, as we have seen, the team, the playing 11 is chosen based on the conditions and who the think tank think is best suited for that particular test match. So India, as we have seen in this series, have played three different spinning all-rounders. Washington Sundar in Perth, Ashwin in Adelaide, and Ravindra Jadeja in Brisbane. Well, it is two ways of looking at it. Ashwin selflessly said that he didn't say that, but he showed that if he was not required in the playing 11, then he better move away and allow somebody else to come in. But then the other way of looking at it is, would you abandon the team that is already struggling with only Jasprit Bumrah being the main bowler, and would you abandon the ship halfway? There have been examples set in the past, though for different reasons. We saw Lala Amarnath return from England halfway through the tour. Navjot Sidhu returned from England halfway or even before the actual series began. But we also saw almost 10 years ago, Mahendra Singh Dhoni retiring from Test cricket after 3 Test matches out of the 4 Test series, with only the 4th and final Test in Sydney remaining to be played. But then Dhoni said he has had enough of it, and he caught everyone by surprise. Nobody had a clue that he was going to step down until he called the head coach then, Ravi Shastri, and said that he wanted to have a 5-minute talk with the team. But then Ravichandran Ashwin also chose to go the MS Dhoni way. But then people had some idea that he was going to quit, but not in the middle of a series. Ashwin had all the chance of playing in, if not in Melbourne, definitely in Sydney, because Sydney is usually a pitch where you have some assistance for the spinners, and usually 2 spinners are featured in the playing 11. But then, like Rohit Sharma said, player of Ashwin's stature and for his accomplishments, you allow him to take this kind of a decision. And he is not staying back with the team. He is returning to India tomorrow. But then, that's Ashwin. You expect the unexpected from that kind of a player, that kind of a person who has brought glory to India in the 13 years that he has been as a test player. 500 plus wickets, lot of variations. You need a breakthrough, and the captain goes to Ashwin. And what a formidable combination that Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja have formed over the years, especially in the subcontinent conditions and more so in India. Ravichandran Ashwin is certainly, he deserves all the accolades that come his way, and he has not just been a top class off spinner, but he has also shown that he could bat, scoring 6 test match hundreds, and the most recent one being in Chennai, his home ground against Bangladesh, when India were struggling, having lost 4 cheap wickets. So that's Ashwin who gives his all. And one incident, many of us will remember this, among so many unforgettable moments that Ashwin has given is how he was sent back during the middle of the Rajkot Test match earlier this year against England because his mother was to be hospitalized. But then he came back before the Test match concluded, and he straight away came into bowling. It was around tea time when he was seen warming up on the practice pitches at the Saurashtra Cricket Association Stadium, which was later eventually renamed as the Niranjan Shah Cricket Stadium. So that's Ashwin, who wants to be in the thick of action, and when he has decided that he has had enough of it and he won't be featuring in the team's plans, it's better to not hang around and block somebody's entry. So that's Ravichandran Ashwin. The statistics, his achievements, his bowling figures, his performances are all there to see. But what a champion bowler he has been. An intelligent, they call him the scientist because he comes up with new ideas, different tactics, strategies, and he is always plotting the batsman's dismissal. So it's certainly the end of a glorious chapter in Indian cricket history with Ravichandran Ashwin having had enough of it with international cricket, and sitting by the side of his captain Rohit Sharma, he announced his retirement after the end of the Brisbane Test match that ended in a draw. So all I can say is well played, Ashwin, and all the best for the next innings of your life. So Rohit Sharma and co go to Melbourne with many things to ponder over. First, the top order batting and the runs, where are they going to come from? Who is going to be consistent? We also saw KL Rahul being a consistent performer, and Yashasvi Jaiswal barring that century in the second innings in Perth. He has only 4 runs in 3 innings in the first innings of this series. 0 in Perth in the first innings, 0 in Adelaide in the first innings, and 4 in the first innings in Brisbane. He is expected to come good in Melbourne, which is eagerly anticipated, and it is an occasion that the Melbourneites and the Australians celebrate as the Boxing Day Test match, which is an annual feature in the Australian cricket summer. December 26, the Boxing Day Test match is one to be looked out for, and it is expected to be a sellout. Boxing Day Test match is one cricket occasion that is eagerly anticipated. There are Boxing Day Test matches around the world, usually in the southern hemisphere where it is summer, while in the other parts of the world it is winter. So all eyes will be on the Boxing Day Test match in Melbourne, and who inches ahead. Australia will be slightly down considering that they could not dismiss India twice. They were sorted by Jasprit Bumrah, especially in the second innings, but then they had to go for quick runs and lost wickets in the process. But then India will have that psychological edge considering that they saved this test match and they had the rain and the weather to thank for the match ending in a draw. So until the preview of the Boxing Day Test match, you take care. Thanks for watching and have a good time. Bye-bye.